Okay, so I'm Grasswalker. Hello and welcome to the first game of the playoff stage of the Dota 2 2022 Bot Masters. On the Radiant side, we have a beginner AI, who went 3-0 in their group, which was Group A, and they're facing off against the default Valve-created hard bots who came second in Group D. The winner of this game will move further into the upper bracket. The loser of this game will be knocked into the lower bracket, where they'll be facing off against the third place of Group C, Crisbots. So we're really trying to mix up the groups now. We don't want any rematches from any group games if we can avoid it. The default hardbots have picked up a selection of heroes already. Dragon Knight, Sand King, Shadow Fiend, Necro, and a Lich. Meanwhile, beginner AI is picking up their heroes. They've got one left to pick. Their final choice is a Lion, which rounds their draft off as Mirana, Bounty Hunter, Luna, Lina, and Lion. Lots of four-letter L heroes on beginner AI's side. Ooh, who do I think has the better draft here? These are some spicy picks. The draft, of course, is one of the important parts of the game of Dota 2, but we're also going to be having to look at the laning stage, the itemization, the skill builds, the fighting, the objective taking. There's a lot to worry about for a game like this. Like we have a Luna, Lina, Radiant safe lane, the Luna Lina lane. Mirana going mid. This is spicy. We haven't had a Mirana yet this tournament, I'm almost certain. We've had a Bounty Hunter. It did lose, but it did well for itself. It was the only hero that was doing well. Luna is the most picked hero in this entire tournament. I believe she's been picked 9 times, with 4 wins and 5 losses. So beginner AI very comfortable on this hero. They can see it's part of the metagame. Whether they're taking it for themselves or taking it to keep it away from Valve. The default hardbots, I mean, they don't use Luna badly, but I'm not sure if they use them particularly well. On the Dire side, we have Necrophos, Sand King as your offlane. That's a little bit sketch. I can see this ending badly for them. Shadow Fiend against Mirana mid. This should favour the Shadow Fiend. I don't think Mirana does too much to bother him. Not sure if she's going to get any cheeky arrows off. And then we have a safe lane Dragon Knight for the default hardbots. They want to get pushes going. Inner AI grouping up on its 2 rune spots. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend, he wants his one. Dragon Knight, they want theirs. A little bit of combat's coming out now. Sand King, he's running in, but he's already halved. He's not really using much. Rune picked up for the Radiant side, as is First Blood. Now Necro's being chased away. Luna, no stun. Ooh, that was close though. An easy First Blood for the Radiant side. Went to the Lina. Probably of the 2 heroes, not the one you want to get it, but she's going to be happy. Picking up a Null and a Salve will make this like better. You also get an excellent first creep wave off of this, because Sand King, he can't really contest. Necro's forced to run back to lane. This puts the laning stage in the favour of beginner AI. Radiant safe lane. Meanwhile, mid lane. I don't think either of these heroes should die here, but either of the 2 heroes could die here. Shadow Fiend hits really hard, has lots of burst. Mirana's got the lockdown with the arrow. If she manages to get Shadow Fiend like a weird position under a creep wave, stuns him up, a little bit of double star storm on him. That was some right clicks, leap with the attack speed. Could get a kill going. Shadow Fiend not quite aggressive enough for the CS. That's an awful raise. Right into the river. Top lane. Bounty and Lion. Need to get some CS going. Radiant pulling ahead in all 3 lanes in terms of CS. And we know beginner AI, they have aggressive CSing. They do not like letting the enemy heroes get anything. And Mirana with 7 denies. Oh, Shadow Fiend's only got 3 souls 2 minutes into the game. Looks like cruising a healthy early game advantage. Building up and up.
Tower is under attack.
Selena farming up. What? How's that going for them? Shadowfiend's kind of just running around the jungle. Ooh, Mirana, aggressive, leaps in. Doesn't have any points in arrow, but that does put the Shadowfiend half. Next time something like this happens, the Shadowfiend might be in danger of dying. Especially if at level 4 Mirana picks up an arrow. Shadowfiend wisely trying to tango himself back to full, but he's not farming in this time. While Luna getting all of the last hits she could desire. 10 for her at 2 minutes. Pretty much hitting everything then. Burst onto the Necro. He has a little bit of the self-heal, but they just announce that you're not welcome in this lane. Tanking TPs to the middle lane whilst Lich is being chased. Inner AI gives up on that chase. They're like, wait a minute. That's a tier 2. 3 minutes into the game. Let's maybe not fight that. But Dire effectively abandoning the bottom lane. Both teams abandoning the mid lane for a moment. Shadowfiend sort of stuck on the stairs. Dragonite stuck in the river. Figure something out in the end, but the vast majority of this laning stage has been wasted for the Dire side. They have 5 CS for the entire team. Meanwhile, they're going in, not on Dragon Knight, they're just locking him down whilst they chase the Lich. They know they can't kill the Dragon Knights, they're hunting for the squishier target, but this man has Windlace and Boots. Running at 100 miles an hour, neither hero on the Radiant side has Boots. A bit of shurikens and right clicks, but all this while, Lion is the one solo laning, picking up the XP. Early finger for him. They're going in on the Sand King, but he burrows away. Good escape from him. The economy is just a little bit too rough for the hard bots right now. If they don't start CSing, this game is not going to go well for them in the mid game. Item pickups. Radiant side picking up wands, wraith bands, nulls, boots, everything they can imagine. Dire side not really getting anything. But a peaceful early game so far. Lich and Bounty still chasing each other around. Lion getting himself level 4 off the back of this solo lane. What is the Dragon Knight doing? Sort of running around with boots and not even laning or anything. Shadowfiend now, he's getting a bit of CS on the board, has 7-8 souls now. Bounty is still hunting this Lich. Still doesn't have boots, so it's not really an option for him. Dragon Knight looking to want to rejoin the lane. He's only level 2.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What, Shadowfiend? Huge burst taken in the mid I just saw. That wasn't even the arrow, that was just a leap into the star storm that drops twice.
Allies disappear.
Got invis from the Mirana. Let's see how the bots deal with this, because as soon as these heroes disappear, Dragon might... He does forget that they're there. Allows a few more right clicks, but it's a Dragon Knight, even if he's level 2. He is healing up. Lovely salve cancel from the Lion. And sucks off a creep. Rana hunting the Lich.
I'll take that.
Out of spells, though. Red's up for her soon. Shadowfiend runs and steals the bounty rune, but then he gets kind of stuck on this staircase. Haven't seen too many bots get stuck on this staircase. I've seen a lot of bots get stuck exactly here on the Dire side. Dragon Knight running in. These heroes are a very high level. The Centaur might throw this whole fight off. Doesn't. War Stomp. A bit of money stolen from me. Lich here. Body blocks the Dragon Knight. They change targets for now, but they're back on the Dragon Knight. Now Janada's the Lich, who's also tanking creeps. Ooh, the Earth Spike. Way off the mark. I'd like to see Lion bounty lane just chill out and farm the wave because they're not letting anyone get close. Meanwhile, Lena gets low. Opens the door for Luna to Lucent Beam the creep. It's under the tower, but it's the creeps that are tanking the tower, so she is okay. Knight thinking of something. The Lion that's getting low has to salve up. So we've got mid lane. It's a stomp for the Mirana. I mean, if we look at the net worth, I'm imagining, yeah, the 3 Radiant cores way above. I mean, even support Lena is above all of the cores of the Dire side. We've got 4 Radiant heroes on top. It's just the Lion who's not rich. Some beam on the Sand King keeps him away. Oh, we just caught the end of that Lich getting killed by a neutral creep. Lion keeps stacking the camps by accident. We're watching bounties, he chases the Dragon Knight, but on the other side of the map, Sand King does go down to the Lena. Spike.
Dire's middle
He could suck him to slow him. Would give them the chance. Never mind, they don't go for it. The Radiant heroes are just farming so much more, but it's not an unwinnable lead that they've gained from the laning state. 3,000 gold, an extra racer on each of your heroes. It's going to help, but it doesn't guarantee a win. We're not on a patch right now where if you win the lanes, you guarantee to win the game. They've definitely won all 3 lanes, but it's not over. Shadow Fiend, he's still up there. He is still relevant. Dragon Knight is not looking great. Necro and Lich are not too far behind that they can't do anything. Levels I'm worried about as well, though.
Is under attack.
Mirana, one of the only heroes who has reliably sat in a lane and gained every piece of XP all games. She's level 8.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Then you got a couple 6s. That's it. The Dire side has 2 level 3s this late into the Dragon Knight's one of those level 3s. Bounty, thinking about chasing. He is invis, which might bait the Dragon Knight. Ooh, fortunately. Got 3 heroes mid. None of them are pushing heroes, though. I don't like this push. It's not like you've got, for example, Nature's Prophet with a Blightstone here, and then this is a great push. You're gonna get a little bit of building damage, which looks like it might cost them a Necrophos. They put the ice armor onto him. They look like they want to burst the Lion, who is quite low, and Lion's dead. 2v3. Lion and Bounty aren't the stronger heroes on the Radiant side. They're not the ones that can be here trying to defend this. No dusts, the Bounty can slip away scot-free. Meanwhile, Mirana's tanking tower bottom. Salves up.
Dire's bottom tower.
They seem to really want this tier 1.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Glyph will delay it. There's a catapult in the middle lane now. Catapult's just about to turn up bottom.
Under attack.
Stun onto the Dragon Knight.
Perfect.
Already used Laguna, and with a couple of right clicks, she's dead.
Over.
All of a sudden, the kills are neck and neck.
Haste.
What was a lead that was beginning to draw further and further away for beginner AI does start collapsing back in the direction. Default hardbots. They're not even yet.
Under attack.
Especially as the tower falls.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
They're getting closer, bringing this game back to E. Power spikes does cost them quite a bit there. Pushing with the siege wagon, hitting the tier 2s this early.
Under attack.
It's not really well advised. You want to wait at least another 5-10 minutes. Meanwhile, Dragon Knight's running in mid as if he's level 6 with treads. Huge burst coming out, though it's 4v2. They have the dust this time. Necro ult, he's dead, and that's some permanent regen. Into the aura of Necrophos, and now you can push the towers. Dragon Knight and Shadow Fiend, those are tower pushing heroes.
Radiant's middle tower
Mid
has
falls.
fallen.
I'm not gonna lie, the mid tower is a lot more important than this off lane one. I'd give that favor, that trade across the map, favored to the Dire, but then Luna and Lena turn up.
With honor.
Ooh, the creeps! They tanked 3 of the Lucent Beams, but not all of them, and then Lich gets found too.
Take you.
As soon as you bring all 5 heroes mid, it's a massacre in the favour of the Radiant. 800 gold into their pockets. Can they push the tier 1
Dire's
mid?
structures are fortified.
Cliff will delay the inevitable, but this looks dead. Shadow Fiend choosing not to defend.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Huge
Dire's
moves for
middle
the Radiant
tower
across the
has
map.
fallen.
Go back to net worth as Sanking gets Laguna. 6 of the top 7 heroes. Sorry, 5 of the top
tower
7
is under
heroes
attack.
are Radiant.
Dire's middle tower
If you ever
is
have
under
6
attack.
heroes on your team, let Valve know, because they will back ban your ass. Radiant charging in. I'd love to see a cheeky Dire glyph here.
Dire's middle
Power
tower
hits for
is under
170. If
attack.
it hits all of them for 100, multiple times. I mean, Mirana's almost dead to the tower. Lion now also getting low to the tower.
Dire's
You
middle
glyph
tower
this.
is under attack.
All of those heroes start tanking those shots, and they all get quite low, and you might be able to get a cheeky fight. Tanking, he's not even level 6. Lich is level 4 as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is
disaster.
under attack.
Mid push going okay, but the bot push also going okay.
Dire's
Dragonite
middle
doesn't have
tower
his
is
dragon
under
form.
attack.
Oh, Laguna onto the Lich, LSA onto 2. The glaives are bouncing, and King's Invis gets himself out. Lina thinking about
Radiant's
jumping the
bottom tower
Necro.
is under attack.
Radiant glyphs,
Radiant
they can see that the
structures
bot
are
tower's
fortified.
falling. It's just
Dire's
as low
middle
as the
tower
mid is.
under attack.
Shadow Fiend, however, more willing to end this tower. Both pushes come to a halt, with about 25% left on each tower. Hunter, he wants his 6. Is there a tome for him to buy? Could really use one. Looks like with this wave of solo XP, he should reach 6.
Double damage.
Shadow Fiend runs in with a raise, tries to come spoil it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
There's the 6 from the bounty.
Shadow. Take
Double raise, puts the bounty really quite low. There's the final raise, he's just dead.
To the realm.
Luna has Lucent Beam to finish that Lich, has the ult. And the Luna running around, it's 2 kills for them. Inner AI bringing the lead further into their favour now. We'll call it a trade-off because the bounty died. 500 gold for Lina. What spend it on? Not sure what this is. Elder Strength Robe of the Magi to me screams Kaya and Sanj, but she has bought a drum
Dire's
recipe.
bottom tower is under
It
attack.
looks like that's what drum's made of nowadays.
Sorry to disappoint you.
I'll take your
I guess they're building a drum. I mean, I don't know what makes a drum anymore. They've changed it too many times. Lich and Dragonite running in, but they're both level 5. Immediate burst.
My
And you're seeing one of the spicy things the Radiant has drafted. They've got Lina's Laguna and Lion's Finger. The fight breaks out, Mirana jumps in, it's a Starstorm on 3. And it's a cleanup. Triple kill for the Mirana. Sanking's there, but he's got no blink. So he's not going to get a good epicenter.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But if you've got 2 heroes that can just pick a hero and
Dire's
absolutely do
bottom
massive
tower has
bursts to
fallen.
it, you're going to do well in these weird little skirmishes, 3v3s, because Laguna and Finger will kill 1.5 heroes between them. Rana hexes herself. Found a pig hole from somewhere. Radiant side, they're going for neutral creeps, actually. Lina stays a little bit too long. All 5 heroes are back. Necro turns up. Gets the Reaper's Scythe. He has one more point in the aura there. It's looking like a massacre. Unless Luna runs in now, that's a feed. Dragon Knight, he was the one Lucent Beamed, so he couldn't get the Dragon Tail off. And they have to give him a chase.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's tragic. Luna jungling. She wants some more neutral creep items. Meanwhile, Lich, Chain Frost bouncing around. The Mirana tries to go invis, but it's already a double kill for the Lich.
Cut no ice with me.
You can't get those sloppy pushes when 5 heroes are running in your direction. It's a 1k gold swing. Default hard bots. And when a game looks like this, it begins raising the question, because default hard bots, they're good. They came second in their group. But they're not as good as the unfair bots. So how would a game between beginner AI and the unfair bots hold? Lina throwing out the Dragon
Dire's
Slave.
bottom tower is under attack.
Lion does not want to run in here. Maybe he does. All 5 of the Die Heroes run away. Perhaps they're worried about defending this from Luna. Thinking about going for her, but she's level 11. Dragonlance. Yasha's on the courier, it looks like. Drums popped. Necro horrifically out of position. Dragon Slave comes in with the Laguna. He's dead. Sand King turns up, but they're already dead. Open your eyes. It's Lion Finger time.
Death to all
There's that Lion Lina combo where it's sort of a scrappy little 3v2, and they just finger and Laguna both heroes and everyone's dead. Dragon Knight runs in, gets LSA'd. His mana's being sucked away. Soon enough, he won't have enough mana to do anything. Dragon Slave flies. Dragon Knight's getting lower and lower. The soul release ticking him down from the urn a little bit. Lion runs in, hexes the Lich, but he's sticking around for too long. One raise, second raise, he's dead. Chain Frost, it's going from the creeps to the creeps. It does find the Lina, sorry. Lina looking for the Lich. One more right click and he will die, but it's a Shadow Fiend. He's looking for everyone else.
Got a light?
Can't quite find them. Lina up to some cheese with the Shadow Amulet. The bots use it
Dire's
so well because
structures
they
are
know
fortified.
the exact millisecond that it stops, but the Shadow Fiend does clean her up in the end anyway. Meanwhile, we've got Radiant Hero under the tower. It's an easy cleanup. The tower is not going to be disjointed, but she does break it with the invis. Mirana surviving by the skin of her teeth. Gold Graph, however, continuing to favour beginner AI as they get more out of the map.
Oh, thanks.
Their economy just so clean. Kind of wanted to check the items, but there's never a moment to rest. Jump in, an instant burst onto the Mirana. We've got a couple of raises onto the Bounty Hunter. Dragon Knight's more than happy to tank, but maybe the Laguna's a little bit too much to tank. The bounce of the Shuriken hits on 3. Luna pops the Eclipse, and everybody's dead on the die side that's up
Held your
here.
feet to the fire.
Where's your Lich? Where's your Sand King? They're not joining the fights. They've got your teamfight ultimates.
Dire's middle tower is under
Sand King
attack.
finally finishes his blink. 20 minutes. Little bit late for that. Helm of Iron win.
Dire's top tower
Helm of
has
Iron
fallen.
win. Helm of Iron will on the Dragon
Radiant
Knight. Looks like he wants
structures
an
are
armlet.
fortified.
Bounty Hunter
Radiant's
stealing a
bottom
bit of gold
tower
from the
is
Lich.
under attack.
Whether he can actually kill him, I'm not sure. Maybe it's the Lich that wants to get more aggressive here. Link's away. Link's Link on the Lich. Okay, back to thinking about items. Got a mech on a Lion, Glimmer Drum, Lina, potentially an
Dire's top
Axe for the
tower is
Luna.
under attack.
Crimson Guard up on the bounty, so he's playing that little bit of like a tanky offlaner role if he can. Mirana went Dragonlance and seems to be wanting an Atos. I think this is how Atoses are made. Mirana, half of Wizardry.
Dire's top tower
Atos,
is
2
under
crowns,
attack.
sure enough.
Coin for me.
Pro Lich. Both out here. Dragon Knight dies in the river. A couple of Dire Heroes wanting to push out the mid lane, but now they're tracked. Rana, you have to imagine, is going to come in. Here comes the Starstorm, huge amounts of damage. Kills off the Sand King. He's not invis in Sandstorm when he's tracked, and the finger finishes the Shadow Fiend. Looking to be a brutalizing by beginner AI. Have all their neutral. I mean, the Philosopher's Stone on Luna is not the choice. Because the aura gives you 25 damage, and then the stone takes away 30 damage. So you're effectively removing the bonus of your third skill in exchange for 80 GPM. We have a look at the GPMs though, maybe that's worth it. I mean, to be fair, 80 GPM, it's not much for a human player, but for a bot, that's what's separating them from the rest of the pack.
Illusion!
Dire side has heroes with only 200 GPM. 80 GPM would effectively give them an extra 50%.
Dire's middle tower is
Another
under
shot
attack.
found but not picked up.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Mid tower falls. Dire thinks about defending. A Lucent Theme instantly pops the Lich.
Had no place here.
Now they want high ground. Dominant performance from the Radiant so far. Dire not willing to engage on the high ground, and I don't blame them.
Dire's middle tower is
They're
under
this far
attack.
behind that it's probably going to be a massacre.
Dire's middle tower
Losing
has
a
fallen.
Rax at 23 minutes does not feel
Dire's
good,
middle barracks are under
but getting
attack.
5-man wiped and then losing barracks at 23 minutes, that probably feels worse. Luna, an amazing pushing hero. You can see these glaives punishing
Dire's middle
buildings.
barracks has fallen.
Bouncing around, you've took all of the racks and most of the tier
Dire's
4s,
middle tower is under
and
attack.
now Dire's thinking, oh shit, we probably have to do something about this, or they're just
Dire's
conceding the
middle
game.
tower
I mean,
has fallen.
3 heroes bot,
Dire's middle tower is
banking
under attack.
TP's back, but he's only TPing to the
Dire's
shrine.
middle tower has fallen.
Throne is exposed.
ancient is
They
under
find the
attack.
Necro, they stun him up with the arrow. In comes the Laguna, not quite needed, but we may as well throw it down. It's the only hero they can see that even tried to do anything to defend this ancient.
Dire's ancient is under attack.
And before you know
Radiant's
it,
bottom tower
beginner
is under
AI
attack.
won this game and will continue in the upper bracket.
Radiant's bottom
Default
tower
hard
is
bots will be
victory.
facing off against Chris bots in the lower bracket. Have a look at some of these stats. We can pick our MVPs. On the Radiant side, I mean, everyone had such a good game. Maybe you give it to the Luna. She was the only flawless hero on the Radiant side. Didn't die a single time. Was there for the first blood, had a decent laning stage, got lots of farm in. It were her glaives that cleared out the buildings towards the end. Let's have a look at some of this building damage. From the Luna, 8,500. Oof. Not so much on the hero damage. But I think I'll give Luna the MVP for this game. On the other side of things, pretty much all the lanes got crushed. Shadow Fiend did not have a good lane against Mirana mid, but he was the only Dire hero that was relevant to this game. He was the only one like getting kills, making rotations. He was the only hero that had any farm whatsoever. If we look at the player net worth graph, we look at this laning stage develop, you can see Shadow Fiend is the only hero up there with the enemy team. And he's even third up here, which is not too shabby for a game that you're getting a little bit crushed in. Eventually the Shadow Fiend does start to fall off. He ends the game top of his team, but with a full 5 Radiant, 5 Dire split. But for Shadow Fiend to still be third net worth at 20 minutes when the game is going as bad as it is, I'm going to give him the MVP, but it's not like he had a great game. Another part of the story of this game is neutral items. Beginner AI actively jungled for them, and these items give you a huge advantage. Shadow Fiend stole the Nether Shawl, but don't know if that's enough. Beginner AI also very keen on the warding game, the Vision. They picked up Dust so they could find the Sand King, but once Bounty had Track, I don't know if it was needed anymore. As we can see, at no point were the default hard bots good enough to be in the lead of this game. The laning stage put them about 3,000 gold behind, and it just kept building from there. Default hard bots had their moments. They had a couple of good fights, but not enough to get back into this game. Hopefully you enjoyed the first game of the upper bracket playoffs. We now know more about where the teams are going to start ending up. And I hope to see you for the second game of the upper bracket playoffs up next. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you then. Bye.